Chapter 5. Anna and Drake walked across the grassy land. Capri walked behind them, and Worm slithered behind Drake. The hot sun shone overhead as they walked. Colorful birds from tree to tree. Most of the birds in bracken were brown or gray, Drake said. A forest full of many creatures you won't find in bracken, Anna told him. I hope we see more, Drake said, but mostly I want to find the Dragon Master. Then they walked and following the map. My father said there's many beautiful waterfalls in Ifri, Anna remarked, but we haven't seen anything yet. Everything looked dried up, Drake said, looking at the yellow grass beneath his feet. How much farther? I don't know, she replied. The map doesn't show where you're supposed to stop. The blue line just kept getting longer and longer as we walk. Drake looked at the sun setting. It's getting late, he said. We can sleep under the stars. Anna said. I've done it before. We traveled with my father. Don't worry. I'll find us a good spot. Anna soon found a spot on a circle of trees. They both sat down and we'll camp here for the night, Anna said. Drake nodded and filled it. He opened a bag and Petcher had given him. He took out a pouch filled with water. I'm so glad. I'm thirsty. He took a drink. Can I see the map? Drake asked. Sure. There's just the blue dot now. Since we've stopped.
Basketball boy.
Oh, just don't worry about it. Drake took the map from Anna's ears. There got to be something that shows us where the new Dragon Master and the village is, he said. He took another sip of the water. The pouch slipped from his hand. Water spilled onto the map. The black ink faded. The blue dot disappeared. Drake, Anna yelled. What did you do? It was an accident, Drake yelled back. I know. Anna paused. I'm sorry I yelled at you, but the spell is you ruined. Drake took another deep breath. I didn't want to fail Griffith. They had to rescue the Rainbow Dragon and save Ifri. Let's get some rest, he said. Both of them we're both tired. Maybe the map will dry out overnight. I hope you're right, Anna said, yawning. We'll check the next one. The two Dragon Masters ate some apples and bread. The night air was chilly, so Worm curled his body around Drake. Anna snuggled against Capri. They slept soundly. When Drake opened his eyes, four enormous creatures surrounded their camp. Anna, wake up! Drake yelled. We're surrounded by dragons. We're surrounded by dragons. Well, I think they're dragons. The four creatures were big as dragons, but they had very long skin, noses, and they had wrinkly skin instead of scales. Their big ears looked like wings. to Drake. Anna laughed. They're not dragons, she said. They're called elephants. They're friendly. And they're friendly. Well, usually they are. Worm studied the elephants. Then his eyes began to glow. The elephants had made a trumpet sounds with their trunks, and they were shuffling their feet. Drake's dragon thought guard. He heard Worm's voice in his head. Worm asked the elephants. Worm ask the elephants to help us. They know of a village not far from here, Drake told Anna. They will lead us to the part of the way. Anna looked down at the map. That's a good thing, because the map still isn't working. Elephants to the rescue, Drake said. Drake and Anna ate breakfast. Then they followed the slow-moving elephants across the land for a short time. They stopped after a shallow pool of water in the ground. The elephants stuck their sucked up the water in their long noses. Then they brought the water to their mouths. Worm and Capri drank too. The elephants waved their trunks at Worm and walked away. Drake heard words inside his head. The elephants told me how to get to the village. Follow me. Drake motioned for Anna and Capri to follow Worm. What about the rainbow dragon? Drake asked. Worm as they walked on. Can you still feel her energy? It is weak, Worm replied. Something's blocking my magic powers. I feel her, but she's location is fuzzy. Just then, Anna cried, Drake, look, it's the village. Drake turned and saw a bunch of elves with pointy tops. Lots of people were walking around. Then Drake spotted a boy. The Dragonstone has showed them. There he is. Drake yelped, it's the new Dragon Master. Chapter 7. See you in the next video.